Hey guys, what's up? How are you? I hope that you guys are having an amazing day today. In today's video, we're going to be trying the new Haus Labs foundation, and I did get mine in the shade 260 Light Medium Cool. I know, we're going to talk about that. And I also have the translucent powder that we're going to try it on our skin and all of that good stuff. So if you are here for this review, if you are interested in seeing how this foundation wears for the rest of the day, then please keep on watching. But before we get into the video, don't forget to like and of course subscribe to my channel if you have not already. And without further ado, let's get on to the video. So here is a box, super simple. You do have the shade on the very top of the box, which is a 260 Light Medium and Cool. Again, nothing too fancy in regards to the box. It is recyclable, by the way. So here we have the bottle, and it is completely different than the box. It feels really nice and heavy on the hands, very luxurious feeling. It does have a silver cap and as well as a pump, and this is how the foundation looks swatched on the back of my hand. This is $45 at Sephora. It is a clean brand at Sephora. It is made in Korea, and it does have a shelf life of 12 months. So the highlights of this foundation is that it's a natural finish, medium coverage, long wearing, and hypoallergenic. And I didn't know that it was a clean brand, which I'm really happy, especially for those that are looking for those clean brands at Sephora. Here is the powder, and I did get mine in translucent. As you can see, here is the little label. The packaging, it's really nice. Again, the silver cap, and once you open it, you do have a little filter right here that is going to help you not get too much powder everywhere. The color, it is reminding me of that kind of translucent powder from Laura Mercier, that kind of beigey color, even though it's a translucent shade. This retails for $38. So here are the highlights for the powder. It's a light coverage, cruelty-free, vegan, and clean at Sephora. So yeah, let's go ahead and now play with the foundation. Of course, the powder, again, we do have to shake it very well before applying it. That's based on the instructions that we are given on the box. So let's go ahead and do that right now. So I just came back from the Sephora store, and I was able to pick up my shade. I do have sometimes a very difficult time picking my shades, especially for a new brand. And this time I wanted to just go straight to Sephora. It's not that far from my house, so I can just, it's like 10 minutes from my house, so I can definitely drive there and pick my shade instead of buying like multiple shades online and waiting for the shipping. So when I do have the opportunity to go to Sephora, I will go to Sephora. Now, the only thing that I am seeing, it is a very nice yellow tone, but again, this is the 260 Medium Cool. So all of her shades online, I was trying to make my trip to Sephora a little bit easier. I'm going to use a sponge just because I wanted to make sure that I was going to pick the right foundation, and I was not going to take too long because I wanted to come back over here and I wanted to film this video for you guys. And let me tell you, I end up trying the shade 280, which it was way too light and a little bit too neutral. It was a neutral shade, but it was not as neutral as you think. And then I got 300, which is a little bit more warm, but that one's, it was just completely off. So all of her shades was completely off, and I was looking on the ranges for warm skin and neutral, because sometimes I can be a little bit more neutral in some foundations and sometimes I can be a little bit more warm. And I do like my warm just because I feel like I have like warmness in my skin. I will never reach for any cool foundations. So when I asked for help and she matched me to this, which is again 260 Light Medium, I was like, cool, what? So it was very surprising that a cool foundation could look this warm on my skin. So just, you know, the only reason why I'm telling you all of this and the whole entire story is I'm adding a little bit of more foundation, and it's because I just want to make sure that you guys know that, you know, to look at the cool side as well. Don't just look at the warm and, you know, of what you're seeing in writing, but also look at the model. If you can go to Sephora, that will be like your best bet. So here is how the foundation looks on this side of my skin. I do have an oily T-zone and I am pretty normal in the outer part of my face. My areas of concern, just in case you're new here, hi. I do have some discoloration, some sunspots that I like to cover. I also have like large pores around my nose. I don't like foundation like sinking into this part right here where I do have some pores. I do have some redness, as you can see as well, so those are my areas of concern. I do live in a place that is really hot and humid, and we will put this foundation to the test. This is how the foundation looks with the sponge. I know that she has a brush in her line that I did not pick up, but I am going to try this foundation now with a brush on this side and just to see if the application is a little bit different. So right now the feel that I'm getting is a really nice medium coverage. It's not too heavy, it's not too much, it's not covering me too much. I can still see a little bit of my sunspots peeking through, but very little. So I do like how it just covered my redness. It just evened out my skin tone, and I really do like. So let's go ahead and see how this foundation works on this side. All right, so I'm going to apply this foundation with a brush. So it's not super dense, but it's not too fluffy. It's like right there in the middle. So I brought you in a little closer so you guys can take a look at the skin and how it actually looks. Really nice and up close. We do have the foundation with the sponge on this side, and here is the brush side. I don't feel like there is a huge difference. I do think that I prefer the sponge side just like a tad more, but either or I think it's going to be great. So now that I am looking at my skin a little bit closer myself, I can see that it's not settling into my pores, is not emphasizing them. I do feel like it is doing a really nice job on covering my redness, but I can still see my redness peeking through. Overall, is looking really nice and dewy. So the only thing that is just throwing me off a little bit, I wouldn't call this a natural finish, or maybe it is a natural finish, but it's giving me more like of a luminous foundation than a natural finish, just because the luminosity on this foundation, it is kind of crazy. I mean, can you see the glow? It is a lot, especially for my oily type of skin that I have in the center of my skin. So I am a little worried on how this foundation is going to hold for the whole entire day. I am going to do a little bit of concealer, and then we'll go in with the powder. Charlotte Tilbury concealer. So now going with the powder, I'm taking my beauty blender, just pressing it down and getting some powder. And make sure that there's no creases. And I'm going to press it down. Just going to set the center of my face. We need some powder on the forehead and right in between our brows. It's a little shiny. So here's how the skin looks with the powder on top and no powder. Really depends on you. I mean, if you like the dewiness and all of that good stuff, then maybe you don't need to set it, but I definitely need to set my face because I am oily to combination. I live in Florida, super hot and humid, so it's definitely a must for me. So this packaging right here does remind me of the Hourglass, and as well as the Becca that we no longer have, but definitely of the Hourglass. And I am not 100% sure that I do like the packaging, just because I feel like it takes forever to get some powder out. Or maybe I'm doing it wrong. Let me know in the comment section to help me out. But yeah, definitely not in love with that packaging. So here is how the skin looks with the powder. Now I do have to say right away, I don't know if I'm going to like love this powder, just because I feel like I have to work a little bit harder just to really make this pores in this area disappear. Whenever I use my Givenchy powder or my Laura Mercier powder, it just makes them disappear right away. I don't have to work as hard, but it could also be the packaging like I mentioned, or it could just be the powder itself. This is a new product, and of course my first impressions is definitely going to be what I am experiencing right now. I will continue using the foundation and the powders, of course, and I will give you my final thoughts hopefully in a future video. All right, so here is how the skin looks with all the products on top of it: bronzer, highlighter, blushes, and all of that good stuff. What do you guys think? Really nice and beautiful. I love that it's like keeping me matte still, because your girl again is like super oily. So let me go ahead and just do all the things that I have to do for the rest of the day, and then I will check back with you guys later on tonight once everyone is asleep. All right guys, I'll see you later. So I started the application of the foundation around 12:30, and right now it's going to be 9 o'clock. Oh, it's already 9 o'clock, so I'm going to be done with this video. I'm sneezing a lot, so if you guys see my eyes like super watery, it's because I don't know what is happening right now. I hope that I'm really not coming down with anything, but let's go ahead and take a look at the skin. It has been through a lot today. Not like it really wasn't like a super hard day. It was just a lot of activities, but not like outside. So I was outside for a little bit picking up the kids and all of that good stuff, but I didn't go to the park or anything like that. So you can definitely see the bronzer and the blush, but I definitely do see and feel like the skin is looking a little heavy, I'm not gonna lie. Especially on my T-zone, you can see how much my T-zone is like super shiny and sweaty, and it is definitely emphasizing my pores right between my brows, and you guys know how I feel about that. So I can see this foundation working for special occasions, for like just not a full day of where I don't like my skin looking like this at the end of the day. It just feels like really like it's building up, a little too cakey, like right here. It's like getting a little together, especially on the top of my lip, and it's definitely wearing off on my nose. And again, I can just see it like emphasizing a little bit of my pores. So let's see if we can fix that with the powder. So I am going to take the puff again and a little bit of powder and see if we can retouch it, especially this part right here, just because I feel like it's definitely just not looking its best. The outer part of my face is pretty normal. There's not a lot of oils there, and I do usually like how foundations look in the outer part of my face. It's just really the center of my face. Again, before I add a little bit of powder, you can see that it's worn off right here on my chin. My kid, my toddler, he loves to scratch my face and wet me, so that's what happened today as well. And by the way, when he was wetting my face, and it was soaked. Okay, so I really needed to like tab it. It's not transfer proof, so if you're looking for a transfer proof foundation, this is definitely not it. I can see my pores being emphasized a little bit more, but here is how the skin looks after adding a little bit of powder. Once again, it just feels a little bit too heavy around my mouth, like if it's emphasizing my fine lines and really settling into like my texture that I have, like little bumps that I have around my mouth. I mean, they're super tiny, but I can see them. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Okay, so overall, so let me just give you my final thoughts in regards of this foundation. My first impressions of the bottle and all of that good stuff, when I first saw it, I wanted it to work for me. It just got me so excited. It just looks so nice and luxurious, and I really wanted to like it. And that is the type of mentality that I went in with this foundation. So the first application, it really looked amazing. My skin looked flawless, and before I added the powder, it just looked so nice. So I am going to try with a different powder, because I think it might be the powder as well that is just making it look a little bit extra heavy. It's just not super smoothing in my opinion. It just took a little bit of time to like cover those pores. So I am going to try it with a different powder, and I'm going to see if this foundation is really what I thought it was from the beginning, because once again, when I first applied it, it was just absolutely beautiful, and it just made my skin look so nice and luminous and so nice and beautiful. But after adding the powder, it kind of lost that. And
now it's just my oils came through. So I don't know, it's just, I'm not 100%. I'm so sorry that I have to finish this video like this. So I really hope that this video somehow was helpful to you, especially, you know, just seeing the close-ups and the finish and all of that good stuff. I hope that it helps you to make that decision whether you're going to pick up this foundation or the powder. You know, it just gives you an overall idea whether you are interested in this product or not. I will link everything that I use down below in the description area just in case you guys are interested. But that is it for this video. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you next time. Bye.